Hello everyone, my name is Jenna. Welcome to the Holistic Homemaker channel. If you are new here, I am so happy that you've joined us today. If you're not new, we're doing something a little different. I have been insanely busy the month of July. And I feel like this month has flown by, and it's also like taken forever because every single day there's just been something. So I decided to do something a little different today to share with you all what I have personally been up to and to kind of introduce more of my favorite hobby. I love gardening, I love yoga, I love all these things that I share on here, but one thing I don't really share on here is my knitting. And I started knitting as a way of kind of coping with my anxiety and keeping my mind busy while I was pregnant. It's been almost 2 years now, and I am obsessed. I love knitting. And so I want to share with you all some of the projects that I've been working on, some projects that I've completed, and in the last month I have also taken up sewing. So I started making my own clothes as well. So kind of well-rounding out my wardrobe a little bit and sort of giving myself the opportunity to actually take charge in the items that I'm wearing, the quality of the items that I'm wearing, and having an actual connection to them, which has been kind of a cool experience for me in actually appreciating my clothes because I put so much work into them. Yeah, so let's get into some of the finished products. No, let me show you what I'm working on because I'm really excited about what I'm currently working on. I want to get some little things out of the way first, and then I'll show you some really cool stuff. Let's see. So the first thing I want to show you that's complete is the tiniest of projects, but it turned out so cute. I just have to weave in the ends. My mom's birthday was a couple of months ago, and I started a really big project for her a little bit too late, literally to the point where like I'm still working on it, but I gave myself a deadline to finish it this month. It's on my board to finish it this month, like literally by the 31st. I'm getting a little close. I think today's the 29th, so I'm getting a little bit close. But she also requested some face towels, some little washcloths, and they turned out so stinking cute. I just have to weave in the ends. But it's this great little, I think I have it somewhere. Squarebology does a 100% cotton, like towel-y material, and it's ombre. This is the Take Me to the Sunset, something about a sunset. So each one is different. They're really much thicker than I thought they were going to be for the fiber. I was even telling her that I'll probably have to double strand it. But I actually don't at all, and the texture is so nice. It literally feels like a towel, and I've never made a towel before. So I have a little bit of this left, so I want to try to make her a tiny little set. I made her a little one and then like a little bit of a bigger one just to see which size I liked better. As far as putting them on the Etsy shop, I think I'm gonna go with the smaller one because it just feels not as awkward. This one's just a little bit too big, so where it feels a little bit awkward in the hand. But this is like just a cute little something. It took me like an hour to make one, so they'll be a super quick knit, and I'll start pumping these out. I got another color in my bag somewhere. I'm clearly like prepared for this video. I have another color of it that has like dark navy blues with whites and like super delicate yellows, and it'll all just kind of like, it's more of this is more beachy, sunsetty beachy. The blue one is more nautical. I know those are very similar, but they're actually very different in my head. So it's more like blues and yellows, like blues and golds, you know, it's very nautical sense as far as like, this is the beach. But yeah, so we've got hand towels, face towels, washcloths. I've also like had this weird, like really weird conflicting thing where like, should I just start an entirely new YouTube channel just for knit and chats for my Mindful Knits boutique, or should I just incorporate it on here? I was like, well, I already have this space. Why not just mush them into one together? And I don't know. Anyways, face towels, super cute, super squishy, super soft, and I'm really, really proud of them, and they were really fun to make up. So I'll get a little bundle. I'm gonna make 2 more, I think, out of the skein that I have, and then I will make them a cute little bundle and roll them up for my mom. But let me show you how it looks up close, a little bit more. Cute, right? And then this one ombre into lighter shades, which I think are just super pretty. Even like a little bit of the purple and blue like popped into the orange. I think that's just super cute. Super cute. Okay, the next thing that I've been working on was a big project. It was much bigger than I thought it was going to be. The yarn is beautiful, but it is not my favorite yarn to work up, which is why it has taken me so long to complete the project, because I'm not having, I feel bad saying this because it is a gift for my mom, but I'm not having fun knitting it because the yarn is very, I'll show you what I've been working with as I drop it. This is what the yarn has done for the entire process. It just isn't holding, and so then it becomes hard to knit, and then as you make knots, you're just splitting it further, and it's just, you know, it's frustrating. It's becoming very frustrating, but I gave myself the deadline to have it done by July 31st, and I'm almost done. It is a duster cardigan. My mom's about my height. I'm 5'2". I think my mom's like maybe 5'4", 5'5". She's a little bit taller than me, but not like a drastic amount. So when I try this on, I'll know exactly how long it's going to be on her. But it knit up in, I wish I could remember what this yarn is called. What is this called? Oh, this is called See You at Sunset. Scrubology cotton from Hobby Lobby, if you're curious about making your own. It is, okay, so it is a Lion brand yarn. It is a discontinued yarn to my understanding, because I couldn't find the ability to purchase it anymore anywhere in the stores or online. It says it's all out of stock, like it's all gone. And if it's discontinued, I understand why. It's not a fun yarn. But the pattern I am making is a free pattern. If you do have this yarn in a closet somewhere, it is a free pattern on their website, which I think is funny that they still have free patterns for this yarn on the website, even though the yarn is discontinued. But it's the Homespun Thick and Quick. That's the name of the yarn. And I'm making the Casual Comfort Jacket. So it is a really beautiful yarn. The colors of it are like absolutely gorgeous. It's almost like a dark, you know, when you think of like cotton candy, you think of the pinks and the baby blues and the things like that. It's like a darker version of cotton candy to me. And it knits up so marbly and beautiful. Let me see if I can get it in here. It's like blues and purples, and it's got little tiny flecks of yellow in it too. So it's very beautiful. It's super soft, and where we live in the low country, like there's only a couple months out of the year where you can really wear something warm, and even then, like what's warm is maybe just like a jacket. But this is actually, I think, going to be the perfect thickness and weight to be able to wear it in the fall here. So that's kind of cool because it doesn't knit super thick. Like you can see through it. It seems very, very breathable. But it knit up in 3 pieces. So I've had the back done for a while. And then about 2 weeks ago, I finished the left panel, and now I'm working on the right panel. And then I'll just stitch them up together. But this is what I have right now. I just cast on the sleeve last night. And it's gonna be nice and long. It's got this cute little ribbing along the bottom, and then it is just pretty much standard knit pearls the whole way up. But it is really soft. It is really beautiful. I think she's going to love it as soon as I give it to her. My goal is to see her in a couple of days and hopefully have everything all done. So I'm really working on this to try to complete it. Because I feel bad. Her birthday was in May. It's almost August. And it's just taken me so long because I keep putting it back down because it's really hard on my hands. It doesn't, just battling with this yarn. That's all. Just battling with it, you know. But it is very cute. It's going to be really beautiful on, and I can see her wearing it with like a tank top in the fall with it over, because it's going to go to about elbow length for the jacket. It's not a full sleeve. It's just a little. So it'll be cute. I'm really pumped about it. I'm looking forward to seeing her put it on. If I complete it in time, I'll show you what it looks like. But this has been on my needles for a hot minute, and I am ready to have it off of my needles. I'm so tired of, just tired of looking at it. I wish it was done. I feel bad about it, but I do have to take breaks because it does kind of make me go cross-eyed a little bit. Which, speaking of cross-eyed, I will show you my next project. I joined I have a lot of things that I've started this entire month. It's been like nothing but whips. Before I show you that, I'll show you this. We're gonna switch to sewing real quick because I'm really excited about this. It's sewing up really quickly, but I just don't have a lot of time in this room during the week. Because Jack's going through like a really big growth spurt. I've got a 1.5-year-old, and he's going through an insane growth spurt right now. So sleep has been super hit or miss at night. Naps have been super hit or miss during the day. And it's just been this really sleepy cycle for me right now. So it's just easier for me to zone out and knit than it is for me to come up here and deal with measurements. I'd rather just sit on the couch and do instead of, that's a me problem. That's not a you problem. I'm making this dress. It is a simplicity pattern. I have noticed that the simplicity patterns, I think they make things more difficult for no reason. This is the second time I'm using their patterns. The dress is so cute. It's got this really beautiful back to it. I'm doing this one, so it's buttons all the way down with a crisscross back. Super cute. And I will show you the fabric that I'm using. It's bees. Cameron picked it out for me. It's this really beautiful, like creamy color with these pale yellow bees. And I have almost, well, let me come back in the camera. I've almost completed the skirt portion, but the top is done for the most part. I just have to do buttonholes. Look how cute this back is. Let me actually like show it to you instead of just hangering it. It's really, really cute. This is not how I would like to wear it, but you know. So it's got, this clearly is not working with my shirt, but it's got this really cute collar to it. The back is crisscrossed really beautifully. I actually did a way better job than I thought I was going to on these. I have to do the buttonholes on it, but it'll look, if I can situate my life just a little bit more, look like that kind of in the back. Nice and open. And it's got really beautiful, I don't know, it's just really pretty. I think it's really pretty. I'm really proud of the way that it came out. Definitely did not show it to you properly, but the back will look like this with two cute little buttons. And yeah, I just have to attach the skirt and attach the pockets, and then it will be done, and the buttons. buttons. There's a lot of buttons. I think there's 12. And I just bought the buttons the other day, so those can go on whenever I feel like putting them on. I don't know, it's gonna be a minute before I do that. This isn't entirely a priority for me right now, so maybe it'll be on my project list for next month to complete the things I do have. I just looked at my board. I do have it written on the board to try to get it done this month. We'll see. We'll see if I get it done. I don't know if I will, but we'll see. Because I do have other things on this list of stuff. Okay. Another thing that I plan on working on is this cute little pattern. I'll show you the fabric first. I love it. It's so cute. I'm making, this is another simplicity pattern, which I feel like I'm gonna regret doing, but I've never made a men's shirt before. So I'm making Cameron and Jack matching shirts. This is the pattern number. It is 8180. It says it's a 3-hour project. We'll see. But I'm gonna make the 2 short sleeves, this guy and then the one up top, and they're gonna be so stinking cute. Jack won't be able to wear it for a while because it is a bigger kid's shirt, but it'll still be nice to just have it in the closet, ready to go whenever it does fit. So those are my sewing projects right now. It's just the 2 things for sewing. I can show you some actual completed projects now. Since this is the first knit and chat that I've done, I do want to just show you the first thing I ever knit up. And I'm really proud of it. I've been proud of it for forever. When I was pregnant, I took up knitting, as I said earlier. I took up knitting as like a form of keeping my mind busy. I live with anxiety just like everybody else, but I've got PTSD and things like that. And so I was having a bit of a difficult time mentally while I was pregnant. And I just one day decided I think I want to start knitting. And Cameron went all in. He was like, yes, knitting. He went to our local yarn shop in Beaufort, and which we no longer live there, but it's local enough. And he bought me a whole starter kit for knitting. And he bought me a 100% alpaca yarn, which is like, that's luxurious. It is bougie yarn. I have not personally purchased such luxurious yarn for myself, but he bought me this gorgeous yarn. And I made a shawl, which the idea was to use it as a sort of like a cover for breastfeeding, but I didn't end up doing it because it's just so hot here. And I felt bad putting Jack underneath a wrap when it was already so hot here. But I'll show it to you. So this is the shawl. It knit up, oh, it's just so soft. It knit up so beautifully. This was so much fun to make. I think I made this in less than a week, and I blocked it. It's like, I mean, come on now. Look at that. It's gorgeous. The way that it switched colors is so beautiful. The pattern did call for lacing at the bottom, but I was a beginner knitter at the time, so I didn't know, I didn't want to overcomplicate it by trying to figure out a lacing pattern. So I did just create this cute little rib at the bottom, and I absolutely love it. I'm so proud of it. I've only been able to wear it a couple of times, mainly due to the weather here. This is very warm. It's not thick at all, but it is warm. And like I said, there's only a couple months out of the year, a couple weeks out of the year where you can actually bundle. So this is my 100% alpaca yarn shawl. There's my first ever completed knit, and it is gorgeous and I love it. Some sewing things that I've actually complete is I made the, oh gosh, I'll have to look up what it's called. I made some shorts. I made some running shorts. I posted a short a little while ago of me repurposing my maternity clothes that I didn't wear. And so I cut up a floral maternity dress that was like a little too bootylicious for me. It was like really short when I would put it on, and it just didn't fit the vibe. So I chopped it up and made some running shorts. The only thing that I hate about it is the elastic. I need to go back and either just redo the elastic, maybe like add a little bit more, because I get this weird bunching on the sides and I don't love the way that feels when I wear it. But I also need to sew it in place, I think, because it does flip, and that's just really obnoxious. Actually, now that I'm like playing with this, the elastic is barely hanging on in here. Oh my god. Okay, well, I'll have to go back and fix this, but they're super comfortable because it's a maternity dress. They're like crazy stretchy, which I love, and I did all the binding and everything around it. The pockets work, everything works on them, and I'm super proud of them considering they were my first short ever, and I was repurposing something that had a lot of funky shapes to it. So I need some flower shorts, and I love them. I do wear them a lot. So that's really funny that the elastic is broken on them, which works out perfectly because I need to just rip it back and add new anyway. And then I made this shirt. So this shirt is like this beautiful green florally pattern. It is a higher neck, but it ties in the back, and I wear this a lot. It's also passed the wash test, and you know, when it passes the wash test, it just gets rid of so much stress. But it ties in the back, so cute. I wear it all of the time. I think I have a video showing it off a little bit more attractively than how I'm currently showing it off. But this is a awesome completed project. I'm super proud of this one. I'll share what this pattern is called and I'll link it below because these are both free patterns. I have only paid for one pattern and it's a crazy one, and I'm glad that I paid for it. My next completed one might be something that I end up frogging, and reason being is because I think I'd like it better as something else. So this is a We Are Knitters vest, and it's not We Are Knitters yarn, it's just a free pattern that I used, but it's so heavy, it's so thick, it's so cute, but I think that I would, practicality reasons, I think I would like it better as something else, or even two things of something else. I don't know, but I made this gigantic. I mean, it's not gigantic, but it is kind of gigantic. It is. I also didn't weave in the ends yet because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it. I made a vest, okay? I made a vest. As you can see, the yarn is super fuzzy and super not great for everyday wear. I love the way that it fits, real baggy. It's really pretty. The fabric is very super textured, obviously, but it's like pinks and grays and whites, and I just, ooh, I love the way that that looks. Like, I don't know. I love pastels. I love pastellis. I think they're so cute. It's so comfortable, but I feel like the construction of it with this yarn, it's not an attractive look to me. It's like a little too bulky. And so I think I'm gonna frog it and do something else with it. I just finished it not that long ago. So I think I'm going to just, because it's so heavy too, like it's like stretching a lot on the shoulder because the pieces are just so heavy. But I did get super cute from Birch and Cider, I think is what they're called. I have these cute little tags. Let me see if it'll focus on them. Try and get out of the way. I don't know if it'll focus, but they say Mindful Knits Boutique, and they've got a cute little ball of yarn on the back. Hopefully it'll light up. I don't know. I don't know if you can see it, but they're super cute, and I'm really excited about those two, to be able to put my name on the product. But this is big. feel like it's just too chunky for the look that I was hoping for. And like if I wore this as an additional layer, it would just be too much. But then if I wore it with a tank top underneath, that would just look silly. So it just, I don't know. I'm not a snow bunny down here. There's no snow ever. So I will never need to be this bundled. So maybe I'll frog it and make it into like scarves, or it would make a cute beanie, I think, too, like a little scarf beanie set. It's a lot of yarn, so I feel like I could honestly make a few things out of it. Let's see. I also made pillows. This is all this month. I'm like losing my mind. I made pillows and they are so squishy and really cute. And I like that they're kind of like there's like a border on them. I think they're really cute. I keep them up here mainly because this chair does hurt my back after a while. As you can see, I don't really lean back in it at all. But I also got a surprise. Camera got me a magnifying glass because I have been straining my eyeballs on this project. I joined a Stephen West surprise sock along for July, and it has been the most fun I've ever had knitting. I have never used DPNs before. I've never made a sock before. I've never done colorway. I've never done multiple colors in a project before. And I've definitely never done something this advanced, but I gave myself an upgrade and decided that since I am kicking butt at this project, like I'm literally keeping up with the pattern every week. If you've never done a surprise knit along before, see that sweater got like fuzzies in the mouth. If you've never done a surprise knit along before, the way that this one is constructed is every week a chunk of the pattern comes out. You know what you're making, you know the tools that you need, obviously, but you don't know what it's gonna look like. So he does great tutorials on YouTube. Every Thursday he releases him personally doing the pattern the chunk of the pattern. So it's kind of nice being able to see what he's doing. I love that, and a lot of patterns don't do that, so I really love that. Sewing World really needs to get on that, especially with how like weird these ones are. This last time I'm buying those patterns. But each week he releases a chunk of the pattern, and as soon as I'm like, oh, this next part is gonna be nothing, because like, what is he gonna possibly do with this little chunk? Guys, this week he released the toe, and I had to tell myself that I'm not allowed to pick up my sock until I finish my mom's cardigan. So I'm like itching to get back at this sock. People either hate knitting socks, or like they knit one and then they're good, or they like love knitting socks. I might be a crazy sock lady. Like I find so much fulfillment in making socks, to the point where I bought more sock yarn to immediately cast on once these socks are done. But I will show you. I did mess up a lot, but I kind of like my mess ups because they do still end up working. So this is the sock so far, and I'll show you up close what's going on. So we've got the top part. This is where I messed up, mainly because I was watching another sock video while I was casting on, and he asks for a 60 stitch cast on, and the video I was watching, she was doing a 64 count. So I ended up casting on 64, which messed up the whole pattern for like this whole chunk. But that's okay, because I kind of like the leg warmer vibe that it's doing. Like, you're supposed to have this beautiful like cabling detail, and like I have a cable here, and I have kind of a cable back here, but like not really, because I didn't cast on the right amount of stitches. But this is using it's Quince & Co. Quince & Co. yarn. It is 75 silk, 25 wool, or the opposite. I'll link it below, but this yarn is absolutely gorgeous. And then we've got this pattern, which is super squishy, and then we go into the heel, which is all polka dot, and then it's stockinette down there, but then it's striped under here, and then there's cables over here, and then it's zigzag up here. Chaos, absolute chaos. And it's so fun. And I don't know if it's so fun because I don't know what's next, or if it's so fun because I just really love knitting socks. But these are my DPNs. I made the mistake, so I've never used them before, and they look really intense. I know that that looks like absolutely crazy. There's actually a 5th needle if you've never used them before. There's a 5th needle that you're actually knitting with. But if you've never used DPNs before, go to an actual shop or somebody who actually knits and get a good pair of them, because I went to, just sat on the floor like you could see me. I just went to Hobby Lobby because I was so eager to start, and I just love touching this. I was so eager to start, so I bought, are they in this bag? I think they are. Where are you? I bought these. They're metal. They're very heavy. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I hate them. And I couldn't figure out why my hands were hurting. And I should have learned this lesson from my actual knitting needles, because the metal ones were really hurting my hands in the beginning. And then I went to my local yarn shop and I said, why isn't this working? Why does this hurt? And she said, your needles are garbage. Sorry, Hobby Lobby, these are not great. They just have no ease to them. They're very slippery and they are heavy, and I'm just not a fan. So don't get these. They will make your life more challenging than they need to be. They also really they mess with my tension because it's so slippery, and because it's just so hard on my hands, I end up like so tight. And then that's when my hands started swelling and everything like they did. Well, you guys don't know this, but like when I was using metal needles, my tension was just so tight because it was so slippery that like my hands, my arthritis was really getting bad, and I ended up having to buy arthritis gloves when I was knitting, which they're great. They're right here. These are awesome. But go talk to an actual like fiber artist and at your local yarn shop, or just somebody that is knowledgeable about these types of projects, because going to wooden needles, game changer. So that's my funnest project right now. I have so many things that I want to cast on right now, but I have so many things that I need to complete before I can do it. But in order to keep myself excited, even though I already am like really excited about this, I went and bought some hand-dyed yarn for future sock excursions. And so the first one is this. This is like really, really beautiful. And I feel like I saw this style on Well Love Knits with Bethany, who is the coolest. I watched her the whole time I was pregnant. She now has a little baby and he's so cute, and I'm just so inspired by her works. So I saw this and I was pretty sure that she had this. I'll have to double check, but it's really beautiful, and it's gonna make some really funky socks because it will all just be multicolored. And then I also bought a blue one. So this has little flecks of pinks and blacks and blues, and then it goes into a navy blue, and it's just really beautiful. I'm excited to do socks for Christmas gifts this year. And what else am I working on? I have a lot of projects. I actually have literally, I won't even show you guys because I'm kind of embarrassed. I have a binder over there that is just full of patterns, and I'm ready to just knock them out, but I need to start bulking up on things for fall, for the Etsy shop and for the flea market. And so it's like I need to start stocking up on making beanies. But I just wanted to share with you all the chaos hobby that I love so much. Knitting has become something that I absolutely appreciate, It's so fulfilling to me, and it feels like such an accomplishment when you can physically see your progress in something. When you don't see that very often, when you know you're doing things, but you don't like see that you're doing things, it just kind of takes a toll on you mentally, I personally think. So being able to see it and hold it and feel like this is progress, it just feels so good. So I am going to challenge myself to finish these projects for one. And by the next time I film a knit and chat for you all, I want to show you guys completed projects. And I also, before I buy any more yarn, I need to finish the yarn that I have. I don't really have a stash. I know there are a lot of people that like have a stash, and I'm like, damn, you have your own store. But I have a basket. I have a little basket that's full of things, and I've got really beautiful mohairs in here. I've got really beautiful velvets in here. I have this that I'm like so conflicted with right now because I had a plan for it, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know if I want to do that. Look at this. The lighting in here is very yellow, but it is like, it's white and pink. It's called Candy Cane, and I already have it caked and ready to go. Like, this thing has been, I bought this last year. I hate that I've had this yarn for so long. But I have a lot of like wool in the gang in here that I've already blended with, I've blended the mohair with the Sugar Baby alpaca. I'm putting those two together to make the Merrill Stripes sweater. I think is what it's called. It's another free pattern. That'll be the next project that I cast on for myself, because the socks aren't for me. The crazy socks are not for me. But I'm gonna make myself a sweater next, and then I have Christmas presents for Jack and for Cameron, and then all of the socks to make. So got a lot going on. I also have it in purple too, so I'm gonna do the Sugar Baby alpaca with the purple and the cream, but do the purple mohair on all of it, just to give it extra texture and construction and just, yeah. But I've got a lot of things in here. I have a lot of little thingies that I need to get ready to sell, and then also at the same time I want to do things that I'm enjoying for me and for my family and for my loved ones. But I think that's it for this knit and chat. I think that was successful. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. If you want another knit and chat video like this to see all the things that I'm doing behind the scenes. This is what I'm doing all day. When Jack is sleeping, I have like on the counter, I just keep my bowl, my little yarn bowl. My mom got it for me for my birthday. It's so beautiful. I don't know where she got it though. I'll have to ask her, and I'll link it below if you like it. But I just keep it on the counter, and then if he's running around playing by himself, I just stand in the kitchen and I just knit a row. And if I can get a couple rows in throughout the day while he's awake, that's a huge accomplishment for me. I'm not trying to, I know like I have a deadline, but I'm not trying to rush the process because I do really love the process of making these things. So if I can only get a couple rows done during the day, at least I picked up my needles. I view that as a huge win for me personally because I just enjoy the feel of them so much. And I am itching to get back at this sock. So I'm gonna hop off. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you want more knit and chats, let me know in the comments. If you think that this should be its own separate channel, let me know in the comments. And I will see you all next time.